Dads, how did you find out your son had started an underground gambling ring? One Tuesday afternoon, my 14-year-old son Ethan strutted into the house wearing brand new Air Jordans. Not knockoffs, not secondhand, real $400 sneakers that looked like they'd been hand-delivered by angels. This is the same kid who once begged me for $5 to buy nachos at the school basketball game and calls walking to the mailbox a workout. Seeing him in designer shoes was like seeing the family goldfish roll up in a Lamborghini. I asked the obvious question, where'd you get those? He shrugged, like it was no big deal. Want to bet with some friends? A bet. This is a boy who can't even win rock, paper, scissors. Nobody is losing Air Jordans over whether Ethan can finish his algebra homework. That night, I started paying attention. His phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Not TikTok alerts, not game notifications, actual messages. Ethan never gets messages. His contact list is usually me, his mom, and one kid from 7th grade who once texted him the wrong number. Now he was practically running a call center. I knew something was up. The timing was perfect. That Friday, Ethan had a sleepover with 5 friends. I figured I'd keep an ear out. At first, it sounded like normal middle school chaos. Video games, junk food, random shouting. But around 9 o'clock, their tone shifted. Ethan's voice got serious. All right, first order of business. Marcus owes $200 from the basketball game. Did anyone collect from the freshman who bet against the soccer team? My stomach dropped. Another kid answered, yeah, I got it at lunch. He cried when he handed it over. This wasn't a sleepover. This was a board meeting. I crept closer. They weren't just keeping tallies in notebooks. They had laptops open with actual spreadsheets, columns labeled bets, debts, collections, and taped to Ethan's wall was an organizational chart with his name at the top, CEO. They even had departments. One kid handled collections, another tracked odds. A third was the marketing division, which I think meant convincing gullible freshmen to bet lunch money on JV basketball. Then I heard it. They were rigging the games. The wrestling match tomorrow is locked, one kid said. Jimmy's going down in the second round. His cut's already agreed on. If everyone bets against him, we're clearing $300 easy. Couldn't believe it. My son had created a miniature Las Vegas fueled entirely by cafeteria pizza and hormones. I burst through the door. 6 kids froze, laptops glowing, cash scattered across the bed like a crime drama raid. Ethan's eyes went wide. Dad, I can explain. You're running a gambling ring, I said. It's more of a sports entertainment business, he replied, dead serious, as if a new title would make it legal. The room went dead silent. One kid tried sliding a wad of dollar bills under the pillow like I wouldn't notice. Another closed his laptop so fast he nearly snapped the screen in half. I pointed at the wall chart. Who drew this? And why are you listed as CEO? Ethan crossed his arms. Because I organized it. Delegation is key to success. He sounded like a motivational speaker, except his business was middle school match fixing. The next morning, I called every parent. One dad nearly dropped his coffee when I explained his son was listed as head of collections. Another mom asked me 3 times if I was joking. None of them had any idea their kids were operating a black market casino out of my basement. The fallout was immediate. Shoes went back to the store. Cash got returned. Ethan had to write apology letters to every kid he'd taken money from. And the principal rolled out a brand new rule banning unauthorized economic activity on school grounds, which is the politest possible way of saying don't run a mob at age 14. And Ethan, 3 weeks later, he walked into the kitchen all serious. Dad, I want to start a lawn mowing business. Real money, no betting. I promise. I told him no, because I know my son. He wouldn't stop at mowing lawns. He'd start bribing dandelions, rigging sprinkler systems, and charging the neighbors protection fees to keep their grass from mysteriously dying.